we're going to witness a debate of our dear students in which they will present ideas based on their research, and some personalities will be interviewed to gather data and for the sake of clarification on which side they would like to prefer to use as a medium of instruction in the classroom. The topic is the use of English as a medium of instruction in 5 subject areas, namely English, science, math, theory, and MAPI in secondary level. We emphasize the secondary level to use English language in the classroom for the reason that in elementary, we have a subject taught which is MTD or the mother tongue based. We do hope that whatever ideas be presented and whatever the result of this debate, it will help us to enhance and to improve our educational system in our school as well as in our country. At this juncture, may I call on Ms. Jonah Muniz as the moderator of this debate. A round of applause, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation of debate is about to begin. May I have to respect our very own teachers who will witness our debate, and later on, they will give their comments and recommendations. May I have Mrs. Camila Adalid, Mrs. Eileen Patana, and Mrs. Michelle Pavilian, and to our beloved English teacher, Mrs. Jovelyn Ocate. Classmates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am Jonah Jane Monies, your moderator. Before the presentation begins, I will give you the mechanics of this debate. First, there are 2 teams, each consisting of 4 to 5 speakers. During the rebuttal, each group are given only 5 minutes to present why they choose on that side. Number 3, the affirmative side will be the one to ask questions to the proponent or opposition. Number 4, during the question, you are given only 30 seconds, while 1 minute for the answer. And if you wish to extend your time for have long answer, you are given additional 30 seconds as an extension. Last, avoid asking questions which is not relevant to the topic. Allow us to introduce the presenter. These are the affirmative side. The first speaker, we have Arlan Monies, Malos G. Cabansay, Rod Sherwin Placente, and Irene Cabresos. And in the negative side, we have Charles May Simbahon, Rhea May Olandrea, Jude Michael Celestino, and Nick Ayan Doranello. Without further ado, I would like to welcome the presenter of affirmative side to give us their data, ideas, or defend why they choose on that side. All right, Mr. Arlan, the floor is yours.
Good day to each and everyone. We are in favor of using English as a medium of instruction in 5 subjects in secondary. Learning English can change your life for the better. As we all know that English is a secondary language for us, so it is not very easy to master the language. People find it difficult because of too many rules in grammar, and it is hard to memorize the vocabulary. But no problem. We will come if we really have the will to study and understand it. English can be learned inside the classroom. Based on my personal experience, I have observed that if we are not practicing English, we might not have to completely improve our knowledge. If time will come that we must use English, we cannot use it directly because we did not train ourselves to use it. That would bring shame to ourselves. In order to avoid this kind of serious problem, we must make ourselves try to practice it. As it is said, that nobody is perfect, but practice makes a man perfect. But don't worry, we'll share to you how to improve one's skills. Number one, language can be learned by constant usage. Every language needs practice. The more you practice, the more you learn. To improve English, people should watch video and read English newspaper, English books, and magazine daily. Two, as it is said, that practice makes a man perfect. So practice every day. The first skill, reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Three, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Be confident. 4. Watch English news and serials on TV and learn the correct pronunciation of words. 5. Make a notebook and write all the new words with meaning and try to use it in your daily life. 6. Get a dictionary to know a meaning of a new word. 7. To learn English should expand his vocabulary and use idiomatic phrases. So, if we are doing it, we can have the advantages of learning English. It is to push career forward. For example, finding a job. It would be not hard for us to speak in English. Most of interviews are used in English. And then we can get access to knowledge. Remember that some subject in secondary is English. But we should answer it in English, not in other language. And then, if we are doing a lot of fun of practicing English, we can enjoy ours like never before. English lets you feel the culture of the world like no other language. That's it for now, and let's listen for my fellow members.
Being able to speak English will demonstrate a level of intelligence to others, to us. Especially if it's spoken fluently without hesitation or the need to search for words. The fact you may have an accent really does not matter whatsoever as long as your pronunciation is good enough to be understood. In fact, accents are thought of as quite charming by most native English people.
Good afternoon, everyone. I agree to use English as a medium of instruction. English is spoken language in almost parts of the globe. A person, whether educated or not, is expected to speak English fluently without any hesitation. English is undoubtedly one of the hardest languages to learn, full of nuances, unexpectedly pronunciation, add rules, and infuriating exception to rules. It takes dedication and perseverance to reach good levels of fluency. If you're on the outlook of new challenges, learning English maybe help you develop your life skills, meet new people, and grow your confidence in handling a new situation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Learning English can be challenging and time-consuming. We can see that it is also very valuable to learn and can create many opportunities.
Thank you for the informative and interesting ideas. Now, we hear also the opposition to give also their data and ideas. Miss Charles.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Charles May Simbangon from the side of the opposition. I am not in favor to use English as the medium of instruction in the 5 learning areas in the secondary level because, first and foremost, we are not Americans. Many says the Kansawan University, for instance, that it would be better to not use English in all of the discussions because there are words that are somehow very difficult to simplify by just explaining in English. It would be better to let the students speak on a language where they can feel comfortable, to freely express their ideas. That would be all for now. And now let's hear the voice of my fellow vocalists.
Good afternoon, everyone. We choose on the opposition side because we believe that if we speak English only, we cannot express our ideas and thoughts easily because we are afraid and we might commit a mistake. For example, wrong grammars. It can reduce our level of confidence instead of building it up to become successful man in the future.
Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm strictly disagree using English as medium of instruction in 5 subjects in secondary level for a reason of some students are easily learn our own language.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm not agree of using English speaking is the medium instruction of 5 subjects in secondary level for reason of some students cannot be understand the lesson or the teacher's instruction.
We hear all these their ideas and thinking about the topics. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the rebuttal is now begin. Now we come to the question and answer session. There will be 2 sessions of each session is for 5 questions. Don't forget to mention your name. Any question? Okay, Mr. Ray.
Mr. Okay, first of all, anyone in your group and side can answer this. Okay, Mr. Muñez, you stated earlier that English can change your life for the better. Now my question is, why will we force our young child or a young student to study or learn a lot of the English language when we already know that at their age they are still slowly learning things and their brain is still slowly evolving, exploring, learning things.
Thank you for that wonderful question. Now, if we're not practicing, even from young youth, if we're not practicing using English, what could happen in the future? What if someone will ask you in English, will you answer it in another language? Can they understand? No, of course no. In order to live and to prepare, we must learn to use it. Now, my question is, if somebody if time will come that you must use English, will you use it directly and fluently? Huh? I don't think so. And can you answer it? Anybody from your group?
Minamaliit mo ba yung kakayahan nating mga Pilipino? We all know naman na matatalino tayong mga Pilipino. Then besides, ano naman yung silbi ng English natin na subject ngayon sa high school? Our point lang naman is, we can use English naman as in the college na why use karon sa high school na di ba it would be better mag-good to use ka ng the multi-language to freely express our ideas and thoughts.
You were never wrong that in college we should use English. But that is why we should learn practicing English. What will happen in college if we are not practicing? We would be afraid, and that reason will cause shame for ourselves. So from now on, we must try to learn and practice the use of English.
Sa tingin mo ba hindi sila mabali they will not be ashamed of themselves? What if lugar if they will it was kanang bali sinasabi sa classroom na English talaga yung gagamitin lahat. Hindi ba natatakot din sila bali ba ma-disappoint bali maano sila kanang maulaw sila if they might commit a mistake or wrong grammar, hindi ba nagdadala rin yun ng bali kahihiyan sa sarili nila? Then kanang bali mo rin gyapon siya pakakuan kanang paka-decrease bali sa level of confidence sa student. Then we all know sad na sa karon pa man sa panahon pa lang natin ngayon, marami na yung tumitigil sa pag-aaral kasi karaniwan ang nasabi nila wala silang may naiintindihan sa mga bali lecture ng mga teachers. Even our teachers na magani gabisaya. So what will happen if kanang pag mag lecture or mag-discuss ang teachers, what will happen na lang if kanang English tanan ang ilang istorya? What will happen?
As I've said that if you have the will to learn, and that you have the will to learn, then you can easily understand it. Right? Am I right? What is the purpose of educating ourselves? If we are not really want to improve ourselves. In order to improve ourselves, we must expand our knowledge. And one of it is learning the language of English. Am I right?
Yes, you are perfectly right, Mr. Muñez. Pero we all know dagan ba yung estudyante ng mga tapulan. So what if happen din sa mga slow learner nga mga students? Kanang lisod sila og sapot. So if we discuss and lecture all the English, okay, if we cannot speak English in the 5 learning areas, what will happen alam mo dito?
Huwag mong maliitin ang kakayahan ng mga guro na tumuro sa mga lingwahe dahil sila nga ay nag-aral upang magturo. Para mo na rin sinasabi na minamaliit mo ang kakayahan ng mga guro na magturo ng ganyang lingwahe. Paano na lang?
So, okay, give others to give their ideas or thinking. Give the chance to others.
We're in the public schools. What if all the public schools will be implemented strictly to speak English, even much difficulty, especially to us, it makes us bilingual. What can you do?
That's why learning is a process. Modern tongue-based multilingual education help pupils to gain confidence and not only in expressing themselves, but also learners new concept in school.
You said earlier that the students are embarrassed to give them their idea because they fear they might be mistaken. I asked just why they shy, though we all know that it is correct to share the idea, even it's wrong.
Yes, you are right, pero we all know that each of us kanang hindi talaga nawawala yung stage fright. Sa bali, we kanang nanagisa to una-una, di ba? Di naman ginakakuha na maski pag kailangan ginataw ka na i-positive dapat yung nasa kuwan, hindi talaga nawawala yung bali negative na side.
As I said earlier, to improve the knowledge of English language, do not be afraid of making mistakes. Be confident. If we are confident to speak, we should try, we should enjoy the way, even though we know that there is something wrong in our grammar. If we try to be confident in ourselves, there is no problem with using English. It will be great fun.
Yes, you are right. You said that it is okay though we might commit a mistake in speaking English. Pero what if, di ba alam naman natin na maraming mga tao what if ibuli nila yung mga nagkamali ng salita or bali wrong grammar yung pagsasalita nila, hindi naman tagal nawawala yung mga bali ng husga.
Do you know that bullying is there is a law of anti-bullying. So if ever someone will bully them, this is the law is not related to our topic, but we can also sometimes relate this one. If someone will bully you if you are using English in a wrong, then you are protected by the law. So you should be confident in speaking English. You should not be afraid of being bullied.
Did not say that hindi na kami mag-aaral ng English language. For me is, hindi pa dapat ngayon kasi we are not, what did you going to do if your classmate did not listen to the teacher because he or she keep on speaking English? Paano nga nila maintindihan na ang guro ay nag-speak ng English, pero karamihan naman sa ating mga kaklase ay hindi nakaintindi. Anong dapat mong gawin?
What will you do?
Okay, is it right that able to understand it. But it is not a problem. It is not a problem. As we said, that be confident, don't be afraid. That's the problem of some students. If they have this question, they hide it to themselves, which is wrong. We have to express it. Be confident. We have nothing to fear. That is why we are learning, being educated. Where is the knowledge? Where is the knowledge? How can we apply the knowledge if we are not, if we are very shy to ask questions to the teachers? If we can't understand, will you still be that kind of person, being a silent one? Then you cannot improve your knowledge.
Yes, English is the international language. But remember, we are a Filipino. Some of our Filipino citizens are not easily understand English. Hindi naman natin mawawala na may mga taong hindi talaga madaling malinaw ang kanilang kakayahan.
You said, you stated English. No. Speaking English is not the it is important not because when we are here in public we cannot speak English. No, your statement is not totally and a valid reason, because if you want to learn more in English, you can learn.
Transition. Alam nga natin na tayo mga Pilipino ay mahilig matuto. Kaya nga, dapat yung tayo mga Pilipino, ginagawa natin ang ibang ginagawa natin ang lahat ng paraan upang tayo ay matuto. So, hindi dapat magiging rason ang ating pagka-Pilipino. We have to learn also English in order to have the opportunity in the future. Good opportunity in the future.
Tama ka, tayo nga mga Pilipino ay mahilig matuto. Paano naman natin matutunan kung hindi naman natin maintindihan?
Kaya nga, pinausapan na kaya natin kanina, no? Na hindi dapat tayo umiyak. We should not be shy to ask questions. That is the problem. You did not listen. You did not listen earlier that we should not shy. We should try to express even though we are afraid, because it could be a reason that we can gain confidence in ourselves. Stage fright will be gone.
Oo, hindi nga dapat tayo mahihiya, pero alalahanin naman natin yung mga taong nasa paligid natin, yung mga kaklase natin na hindi nakaintindi, paano naman sila.
Kaya nga, dapat natin silang tulungan. Paano na ang iyong pagkakaibigan kapag hindi naman mo tinutulungan ang iyong kaibigan? Paano?
Sa eskwelahan, hindi nga natin mawawala ang subject na English. Pero sa lahat ng panahon, hindi naman natin yan magagamit.
Tama ka nga, na hindi natin magagamit ito sa lahat ng panahon. Ngunit, paano nga kung may panahon na dapat tayong gumamit ng English? Makakaya ba natin itong isalita sa tamang paraan? Magiging mahihain tayo dahil hindi natin alam kung ano ang ating sasabihin. So, we do not know how to use it and how to speak it.
We didn't say I don't say do not learn English. I learned from the very beginning. But I would say to learn English for the sake of learning English only. Not for learning history, geography, science, morals, and etc. Know the English words and its meaning first. Then know the grammar. And then go on to learn the whole sentence and paragraphs. And then speak English. It should not be like learn sentences first, then learn grammar, and then meaning of the word. Because it destroys the brain's capacity.
Mahalaga ang pagbihasa sa wikang Ingles. Dahil sa marami pang pag-aaral ng wikang Ingles ay para sa lahat na maembisyon sa buhay at sa may gusto lumawag ang
kapangyarihan sa maraming bagay.
I will give you an example. In the year 1960, the Iloilo did an science and math experiment. And then the result says na yung mga English country like America, then Britain, yung mga English speakers, sila nasa dulo sila ba rin ng listahan. At yung nanguna, yung mga country na ang ginagamit ay yung mga yung own nila na language or bali the multilingual language like the Korean, Japanese and Chinese.
So, you have one last question, the affirmative side and the opposition side. You have only given one last question.
If you were used to speak in English and your subject needs to be spoken in Filipino, what will you do?
As we said, that the use of English as a medium of instruction in 5 subjects that include science, math, theory, and what is it? English. That is only the area that the subject that we have to use English. Then if it is subject in Filipino, it is Filipino.
Did you know that we have done a research and then we asked some of the teachers? One of the teachers said na MAPE should not be in English because MAPE is one of the components of the Makabayan, which is a Filipino.
Anybody would like to answer?
I will repeat again. As we've done a research, one of the teachers said na MAPE should not be in English because MAPE is one of the components of the Filipino.
You said that Mapi is a Makabayan, a Filipino, but you said you can see the books written is English. Is it good to hear that the question is English and you're answering in Tagalog? But it's okay. But we should try to learn. We should explore. We should challenge ourselves in order to access our knowledge. That's it.
Yes, we are right. We must have to challenge ourselves. But aming iniisip rin namin yung kapakanan ng ibang tao, which are slow learners. That's only our point.
Then, how about those people who want to learn? What can you give to them? Would they be go down? Of course, they will help the less knowledgeable to increase their knowledge so that they will work. No one will be behind. So, in order to use English, we should help one another. That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, the other question of the last one question of the
I have said earlier, what could you do if time comes that you will use English? Would you be able to speak it fluently? Would anybody understand you? Of course, yes. But the point is, when we speak English, we should, when we are asked in English, we should try to ask it. That is the reason why last year's decades that most people go in war because they don't understand each other. So, in order to have peace, so English could be a way of having peace. Because English is an international language. It makes the world peace.
Hindi natin masasabi na magiging mapayapa talaga ang mundo sa pamamagitan ng English kasi hindi naman lahat ng parte ng mundo English yung ginagamit. How about those mga Japanese, mga Taiwanese? Hindi naman English yung ginagamit nila.
Kaya nga, we should try, we should learn, because in learning is sitting, how they are listen. So they also have to learn English so that the world will unite. That's all.
Hindi talaga kami naniniwala na English talaga yung bali magiging daan para maging mapayapa ang lahat.
Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we come to the end part of our presentation. So, may I call on Mrs. Maam Ocate to give the conclusion of our debates. A round of applause, please.
Okay, so once again, I would like to congratulate kids both parties. No, you've done your best. You did your best also by doing some interviews and research. So, but then the final say would not come from me, but from our invited guest, as well as he will serve as our judges in this debate. So may I call on Miss Eileen Patana to give her observation, comments, and suggestions during the debate.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. So, congratulations for the job well done. So, even though, no, kabalo magit na the debate is brag dakurog jud na no, mangita og pamaagi nga makatubag sa rason nga gihatag or gipangutana both side. Okay, so as I've observed earlier, when you presenting your ideas, no, kinahanglan you should speak nga ma-convince nimo ang imuhang opponent nga dili kay magbasa ka lang sa imuhang handouts or guide nimo nga basa nga wala kay feelings. Nakig-debate ka ba or unsa imong gibuhat? Sinana no kinahanglan na kay feelings. Then give chance to others. So when the rebuttal is on, kinahanglan team, di ba? You are one team. So dapat you answer as a team. So dili kay isa lang katao or duha katao ang mutindog for giving the ideas. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you, Miss Patana. And now I call and ask the comments and suggestions or recommendations from one of our judges, Mrs. Michelle Padilla.
Okay, good afternoon. Congratulations. Because it's not easy. Dili sayon nga mag-istorya ta diha, no? Especially, we have the video. Naon ang video, i-upload pa gina siya sa YouTube. Then, dili sad sayon nga mangita bitaw ideya para atong i-convince, no? Then for me, I have observed nga ang uban they are not confident on their understand, no? So to have that debate, dapat bahalag kung sa pay mahitabo ato yung ipaglaban ang atuang side, no? Ipaglaban. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, the last but not the least to give the comments and suggestions and recommendation, no other than our very own Mother Superiora, Mrs. Camila Balmores Adalet. Ma'am.
Yata. Okay. Good afternoon. Congratulations, job well done, as what my co-judges had said a while ago. Now, I think you are doing a formal debate because you are mentioning the rebuttal. Because in an informal, there is no rebuttal. Automatically, you're going to proceed in the Q&A. So, the positive side, give all the ideas, so as the negative. Then right after that, you have to choose one, the best speaker among the group who will do the rebuttal. So, the rebuttal are the sum up of what they've said among the 4 members in a group. Same is true with the other side. So you've done that one, but as what Ma'am Eileen had said, only one answer. The rest, you are just a mere listener. Okay? Now, when you explain, because this is debate, so when you say debate, giving an opinion that is opposite or not your opinion also. So when you debate as if you are discussing, so you are discussant here. So do not read. Do not do as if you are reading. Talk as if you persuade. You are going to get the attention of the listener as well as your opponent or the other side. And then, understand the topic very well. Okay? Because what I observe, you are focusing on English medium of instruction but not the outcome. What will happen if you keep on using English anywhere outside the school? Do you get what I mean? I mean the values. If you apply for a job, because you're focusing only on the medium of instruction, the teacher should speak in English, but you are not focusing what will happen to you if someday, somehow, you will use English all the time. Diba? You are not stating, putting that as your side. So, I was not able to hear that. Because you keep on saying, the teacher, binisaya manggaling. So, you focus on verbally. Diba? Verbal lang. But not on the outcome if you're going to use English all the time. Or maybe as weapon. Diba? As weapon. You use English verbally only. And then, question and answer should come from your ideas. I've noticed that it is arranged already, if I am not mistaken. Okay, once the question was thrown away, then somebody will catch it as if prepared already. It should not be. Diba? I could easily notice that the answers are given, then, oh, you have to answer this is my question. Diba? Then, the other one will stand up and then easily read the answer. It should not be. So, avoid that one, that the judges could not notice. Dili gino siya mabantayan. And the flow. To have a better flow of your debate, jot down what your opponent had said. That is the best way of having your debate. While they are talking, you jot down. You list all the lines, you're going to get that one, as if you are listening to a chismis. Di ba? Kuwaon na itong importante, di mo na itong ilabay. So that's the best flow of a debate. Because if you're not going to get the lines of what they've said, you're always thinking on what to do. What am I going to say? And then, until such time that you're out already of the topic. Then, recommendation, you have to use concrete example. An example that is our daily experience, day-to-day experience in the classroom. Okay, so use that one. Then gather information from a reliable source. Internet, mention that one. Teacher, mention. Diba? They are the references that you are going to use. Then, okay, I've mentioned already then. Rebuttal be done after everybody has given their side. Okay, that is the sum up of what you've said. Then, answering questions, answered questions being raised. Do not go up from the line. Okay, I've noticed one. Somebody asks questions, but then the answer is out from the topic. Or you go beyond from what is being asked. Okay, yun lang. Then use kind words in asking questions. Okay, so that's all. And job well done.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am. So, you already heard the comments, suggestions, and recommendations from the three invited guests at the same time judges in this activity. So, as Dave said, you did your best. So, once again, congratulations and thank you for your full cooperation and support for this debate activity. Okay, a round of applause to all of you.